New videos every day.
Does low energy affect your days? Do you start to feel tired a lot of the time around 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Do you find that you're needing to drink coffee all day, even though you're sleeping fine? Maybe you're not sleeping fine. Low energy is definitely a problem in our fast-paced society where we're trying to do too much. And something that can help with low energy is acupuncture. My name is Chrissy Natoli, and I'm a licensed acupuncturist here in Austin, working at the House of Spine. And I'm just going to demonstrate a few points that are good for low energy. And previously, we had talked about stress, which definitely can cause low energy. And so right now, our beautiful model has in some points that I did in the previous video, and those points were for stress. And we're just going to leave those points there and add a few more points for low energy. In a typical acupuncture treatment, you would actually have, I would use about 10 to 12 needles. So it's pretty realistic that I would have these needles in and then put a few more needles in. And most people come in with more than one complaint. So usually if someone's stressed, they'll also have low energy or appetite problems. So we are going to do some points for low energy. I'm going to start by cleaning the points with some alcohol, just because the needles penetrate the skin. And so we want to make sure the skin is clean. And I'm going to do a point called stomach 36, which is on the leg. And usually it's a tender spot. And I'm going to do another point on the abdomen. Vanessa, may I? Get to your abdomen. That one's called Ren 6. And I'm going to do a point on her scalp. And that point is due 20. Due 20 is kind of the highest point, the crown of the head. And the reason why due 20 is a good point for low energy is because it's at the top. And the theory is that it helps to raise up the energy. So theoretically, energy is flowing in all of these different channels on the body. And by stimulating certain points, you can affect the flow of that energy. So if someone's tired, you can imagine it just makes sense that the energy is kind of falling. You almost feel a physical sense of being heavy, or like you're kind of falling, or you just want to sit down. You can't keep yourself up. And so these points, or this point in particular, is a good point because it's high, and so it's kind of trying to draw the energy up. It's also a point where several of the channels meet. Without getting into too much theory, there's yin and there's yang. And the yang is more of the energy, the movement, and the yin is more of the substance. And so you need a balance of yin and yang. And the yang, like I said, it's the energy, it's the movement. And so 3 yang channels meet at this point on the head. And so you want to get more movement if you're tired. So that kind of helps to stimulate these yang channels. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Is that okay? And that was due 20. Then I'm going to do, this point that I'm going to do is actually called the Sea of Qi. And in Chinese medicine, they talk about qi and blood and yin and yang a lot. And qi is part of yang. It's the energy, the life flow. And this point on your abdomen, Ren 6, or the Sea of Qi, it's kind of in the center. If you were to kind of draw a map or a sketch, or sketch out, Vanessa, and find the middle. It's pretty close to there. And so that's kind of a consolidation. It's kind of pulling all the chi in together and kind of trying to help build up the chi. Because when you're tired, you don't have enough chi. It's sort of another way of thinking of it. Just kind of explaining the thought behind how these points work. And sometimes their physical location has a lot to do with their energetics. Now, stomach 36, the physical location doesn't really have much to do with the energetics, but it's on the stomach channel. And in Chinese medicine, is it tender there, Vanessa? Yeah. The stomach channel is the earth channel, and earth is about as yin as it gets. And if you think about it, everything in our world kind of springs forth from the earth. It's the mother, and yin is very feminine, very much the source. So the stomach channel, the stomach is considered to be an earth channel. And this point, a lot of the points on the channels have properties, and some of them will be an earth channel or a metal channel. Well, this point is the earth point on the earth channel. So it's a very tonifying point. It helps to build. I'm going to put my back to you. And there's a little trick. There's kind of a bump that you can find. And when you find that bump, just go about, supposed to be like a half a thumb width over. You can also kind of use 3 fingers. Technically, if you're doing it on someone really tall, it'd be a little more than that. And then you can kind of feel, sorry, it's tender. You can feel for the tender spot. Ooh, okay. And that's usually where it is. So from kind of the bottom of her patella, kind of feel 3 fingers, and then kind of feel for the tender spot. So those are some good points for helping with energy. If energy is low, usually there's a lot of different ways of looking at things in Chinese medicine. And sometimes things happen because of excess. Like someone could be stressed because of excess or because of deficiency. Low energy is probably mostly going to be a deficiency. So these points are going to be really good to use if someone has low energy. The points for low energy that I used were Du 20, which is the top point at the very top of the head. And it's kind of in the center from side to side and a little bit further back than center from the front. It's kind of the highest point, if you can find what the highest point is. And it'll be tender. And then I used Ren 6, which is roughly 1.5 inches below the belly button. And I used Stomach 36, which is the earth point on the earth channel. And it's roughly 3 finger widths from the bottom of the kneecap. And then just slightly over from the bone. Again, another elegant treatment where there's a point high, a point in the middle, and a point on her legs, just to balance things out and to hopefully give her some energy. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Chrissy Natoli, and I have a website if you're interested in learning about my practice. It's www.chrissieslittlehelingspace.com, CHRISSIES littlehealingspace.com. And again, thanks for listening. I hope you get some energy, and you are welcome to give a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and hopefully have a great day. Thanks.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psychetruth channel.